Even though it's said to be the first official royal visit, members of the royal family have been coming to Israel for centuries. And here with a walk down memory/history lane is our own Jeff Abramowitz. And hello and welcome. And we just saw a clip from the 30s of a visit by Mary, Princess Royal and Countess of Harewood. What do you think of seeing, the whole pomp and circumstance and the black and white footage from the 30s?
Well, nothing wrong with pomp and circumstance, but I'm only saying that because the royal family's here and pomp and circumstance and the royal family go together.
Hand in hand.
Go hand to hand.
Like everyone is saying, it is the first official royal visit, which technically it is, but as we can see, there have been other royals. So what makes the first official royal visit different than all these other visits?
This is the first official royal visit to the state of Israel.
It's not the first, Palestine.
Not to the Holy Land or Palestine. I mean, if we want to be pedantic, and of course we do, otherwise what's the point of living otherwise? But the first, I suppose, official royal visit to the Holy Land was in the year 1191, when Richard the Lionheart, everybody's favorite royal psychopath, joined the Third Crusade.
Wow.
And came here and didn't achieve very much, massacred thousands of prisoners, failed to wrest Jerusalem from Muslim control, got bored and set off home.
Right.
That was, if you like, the first official royal visit.
How did they get, did they come on horseback? Like what, I was thinking, how long does it take? What do they do? Where do they camp out at night?
The Crusades were a bit more advanced then. They didn't walk here. He came by ship. There were quite a few kings. There was royal rivalry, if you like. There were other royals here as well, whom Richard fought with. But he came by ship, departed by ship, got a bit waylaid on his way home, but that's another story.
But that's another story.
And then you had the man who would become Edward I. He also joined the crusade.
Wow.
That was about 100 years after Richard.
Why would you say the British royals were so involved in the Crusades, themselves? I know obviously...
Everybody in those days was involved in the Crusades. Europe was a Christian continent. The Crusades were to wrest Palestine, the Holy Land, the land of Jesus, from Muslim control.
Right. But how did the Crusades also stack up with the Judaism part of it? Explain it to me, because I don't totally understand.
The Crusades had nothing to do with Judaism unless you liked killing Jews, which the Crusaders apparently did. It was not a Jewish thing. They were not interested in Jewish control of the Holy Land. The Holy Land was Christian, and they were going to make a Christian kingdom, which they did for a few years.
Let's return to this. Let's return to this thought, because we're going back live to the Perez Center for Peace here in Jaffa, just a block or two away, where the prince has been, hanging out. Now you see him talking to the kids. He was just speaking to some of the, the coaches and the officials from the Perez Center and the Equalizer Soccer Club, an NGO set up for interfaith sportsmanship between Arabs and Jews. And now, as you can see, he is talking to kids. And as we were saying earlier, he just seems so relaxed. He just seems like he needs some sunglasses. He's squinting, and I don't know why the royal wardrobe person has not given him a hat and sunglasses.
Well, as somebody with a similar hairstyle, I can say he definitely needs a hat.
He's going to be very, very red on his head.
Yes.
But anyway, we're hoping to see him kick a ball around. If that happens, we will go back to it. All right, so as you were saying, so they wanted to, so the Crusaders were all about taking Jerusalem from the infidels, from the Ottomans. So where did the Jews fit into this at the time in Jerusalem? But they were in Jerusalem.
The Jews were in Jerusalem when the First Crusade captured Jerusalem in 1099. The Jews of Jerusalem were massacred along with the Muslims.
Okay.
So it was not it was not in sympathy of the Jews. It was to make the Holy Land Christian. The Jews didn't come into it.
They didn't even register.
Except as victims.
But how did the Jews handle all of these crusades? Listen, we saw the Jews. Listen, when the Romans, we aren't quiet people.
I'm guessing the way the Jews handled the crusades was by hiding. But
which has been going on, forever. Even the apostles were hiding. Everyone was hiding in caves.
Not a great moment of Jewish history.
Correct. Okay, now, let's talk about Prince Philip. So this is another thing. We have Prince Harry's grandfather who came here, and then his grandfather's mother who was buried here. Another piece of history that I never heard until a week ago.
Great-grandmother, Prince Philip's mother, Prince Alice of Battenberg, she saved Jews during the Holocaust. She was a nun. In fact, she was diagnosed at one stage with schizophrenia, extremely religious woman. She saved Jews in Athens during the war. And in 1994, Yad Vashem recognized her as the righteous among the nations.
Wow.
And Prince Philip and his sister came to Israel, to Yad Vashem, for the ceremony, but given the Foreign Office reticence about official royal visits to Israel, it was a private visit. He planted a tree in her memory. He received the award at Yad Vashem, spoke a few words, but that was it. Prince Alice is actually buried in Jerusalem. That was
Mount
her
of
last.
Olives. So she was buried. Was she buried in Yad Vashem, and then they moved her to the Mount of Olives?
She was originally buried in England, but then they moved her, according to her last wish, to the Russian church on the Mount of Olives.
Wow.
And that's why when Prince Charles was here for Shimon Peres's funeral, he made another private visit to pray to visit her grave.